Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a new update to my Minecraft world, or more specifically my Minecraft realm. Um, Honestly, let's just fucking jump right into it. I don't need to tell you guys to subscribe. I don't, or to subscribe, leave a like on the video. If you guys want to do that, you can, but I don't really care. This is an alt channel. I really don't care that much about how these videos do, but most importantly, we have a new member on the server. My girlfriend, Jaden, or Molly, has joined. Her in-game name is Molly X Hybrid, and uh, real life name is Jaden. So I don't know exactly what to refer to her as in this video, but we'll just go with Molly because I think that's a little bit easier for you guys. But yeah, she built her own house right next to mine, and holy shit, this is the best house on the server by far. Um, yeah, I mean, there's not really much inside right now. Like, a lot of the interior decoration isn't really done. She hasn't really added too much to this yet. But it is awesome. There's a little water elevator that goes up here on top of the tower, and you can look around down here. There's this area, which I don't know if she's even ever going to do anything with, knowing her, but it does exist, and it looks nice. I mean, she hasn't even finished, like, stairs to the balconies up there, so there's that. And then there is a secret entrance to a secret base in this house. It is the exact same thing as mine. It is a barrel with an observer under it, and it drops down into this room, which is unfinished and has remained unfinished for a while. We'll ignore that for a little bit because that does lead to somewhere that we're going to go later. But yeah, this is pretty much her base. I do need to fly through that to go to it. So I'm going to go into spectator mode so I don't ruin it. But yeah, we'll just go through like that. That was probably the one of the bigger changes on the server between the past videos, but also there has been a lot of kind of renovation around spawn, mainly by me. I went through, I mean, the most obvious one here is I went through and made all of the water here into mud. Or not all the water, all the underwater blocks here into mud. Added some sea lanterns, so no drown spawn, other than that one apparently. Go back through and fix that later. But yeah, just make sure like spawn is very safe and everything like that. And also, I think the mud looks a lot nicer. I also started, I have not finished this and I won't finish it for a while, but I've started going through and adding sea lanterns with moss carpets on top of them instead of torches around the place because I think it looks a lot better comparatively. And also, I think the torches give off particles and makes it lag a little bit more than it needs to. So that's not ideal, but the mud goes all the way down to here, ends like right here. I will probably add more mud eventually, but I got really bored of it, so I decided to stop. But other than that, there's not really too many updates around spawn. I added some more villagers and stuff like that. This whole back wall is done now with villagers. We have every kind of villager now. We just are missing, I think, like three librarians at the end here that I still have not done yet, which I probably should do. But other than that, that's it for stuff near spawn. Now we'll get into stuff maybe more like individual with like what like certain people are doing right now. All right, so the biggest update when it comes to what I myself am doing right now is not the big like street project that I was working on, like the stuff that I talked about in the last video. It is actually a different area now under my base. I have a different path down here just to make this a little bit easier. It gives me the soul speed effect kind of thing. We're getting rid of this tunnel that used to go to Jaden's base or Molly's base. Again, just refer to as either one, doesn't really matter. But there's now these water elevators that bring me down into my new massive storage area. I got kind of fed up with the like limited storage that I had before. So I now have a chest for effectively every item in the game. There's still some that don't have chests, either stuff that isn't used enough or I want to keep in my ender chest and stuff like that. So like I don't have one for like diamonds and emeralds, but I do have for stuff like iron, gold, every kind of wood over here, bunch of stone types over here, all the food and everything like that. Just a lot of space being taken up here. And then we also have the room over here for all my furnaces, which I have now gotten rid of the like secret base area down here. That was over here at this end. Library is still here. Pet area is still over here as well. So still doing well with that stuff. Why do I hear a skeleton? Oh, that's because I added a new mob in here, a full iron skeleton that I found. I think it was pretty far away, but not like super far. Um, in like a desert biome while I was trying to get some sand for the end. The only thing that's unfinished about this area is the roof. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna. I mean, I do know what I'm gonna do with it. I'm gonna do exactly what I'm doing over here, which is the mangrove logs around the outside edge with the deep slate tiles on the roof. I didn't really know what to do, so I just decided to go with the deep slate tiles because that always works. But it does take quite a while to get the amount of deep slate that I need for it, so that's not ideal. But I think this place looks sick. This is one of my favorite builds that I've done on the server, which, to be fair, in terms of individual builds, I haven't done a ton. I've done like one massive one with the end, and then that's kind of it. But yeah, we'll actually go move on to the other build that I have been working on since the last video, but I haven't worked on it in like probably a month. Like it's been a while since I've touched this build. Also, like this area looks a lot nicer. This water elevator out of my base. It's a lot easier to work with now because of the mud, and I kind of made the terrain look nice with it. But actually, oh, I have two projects actually. I have the port that I have over here that I've had for a while, and now that the happy gas are out in 1.21.6, I had to tab out and look at the thing. I can now add them over here. I'm gonna change up a little bit of like maybe like the harness colors because I actually don't like the black and the orange ones too much. But maybe I'll move one out as well. But kind of just like their elevation. I do kind of like how these guys are, but since I'm making all of this area mud as well, the elevation for this orange guy over here is kind of not as good as the other ones are for it. So might change up a little bit of how stuff works, but for right now, I really like what this looks like. And then over here, we now have, I'm still not gonna say the street name. I'm not gonna name any of the buildings outside of the ones that are fake, like this one. But we have a few extra buildings now. I don't think I even had this first one down yet, but I'll say this is a subway. Like, I don't think that'll dox me by any means. But got another building there and another general store over here. Still not even halfway done with this. I kind of got overwhelmed with how much there actually was here. I should probably just start building the next building once I'm done with my storage room. But I do gotta lights real quick. These buildings. And stuff like that. I did originally have a full working postal system in here as well. This is a post office, I guess I can say that. That's not going to dox me either. But it did work. It just had a bunch of ender pearl chunk loader things in it, and then all the ender pearls despawned randomly, so I just decided that I wasn't going to do it anymore. Plus, the postal system got in the way with me building that storage room, so not ideal there. And then this will be like a shop for all of the end stuff, like rockets, elytras, endstone. You need to get more rockets anyway, but I will own the shop regardless, so I'll just take stuff out of this chest if I want to. And not really care. But yeah, I think that's it for what I personally have been up to. I've been kind of helping out some friends with some other projects and stuff like that as well. Mainly on this world. I do need to get rid of that beacon down there because I don't need it anymore, but I'll do that after I'm done recording the video. So the other thing that I'll refer to her as Molly again because I need to remember to do that. I think that's what she'd want me to do. I don't think she really cares. Is she has been working on this massive island near spawn, and I now realize that I left that happy gas in the water over here and never checked back up on it. Which is not ideal, because now I have to find a way to lead him and get him back up here. Or get snowballs or something. I don't know. But yeah, she's been working on this island up here. She hasn't really touched it in a little bit, but not finished either. She's going to build some buildings on top of here. I think a building on top of the main one. And then build a separate island for every member of the server that like consistently plays. So that'll look very, very cool. I really like this build. And yeah, I mean, this is hollow on the inside if you guys want to see. I don't really think anybody cares that much, but in case you guys want to see the inside of what it would look like, that's the inside of the island. And then, I don't know why she did this. This annoys the crap out of me. But anyways, that's it for what she is up to. I think we'll go to Adba's new build. He hasn't really updated anything to do with his base recently. The only thing new, I guess, would be the mud around the place, around his things, which I think actually makes it look a lot nicer and a lot cleaner. We'll kill this pillager here. But you can see his new build over here, which is going to be a massive, like, church thing. I have no idea what it's actually going to be, but that's what he says it'll be. I should probably steal some of this deep slate at some point if he has more. Yeah. Because he hasn't really touched this in a while, but once he does finish it, I think it'll look pretty cool. I just need to know what it'll actually look like before I can definitively say that. But also, this isn't like causing a bunch of mob spawns either. He did make sure to light up underneath this, which is awesome from him. Love that. But yeah, no real updates of that. I don't really know what else to tell you guys because honestly, I don't even know what it is fully. But we do have 2 more updates with individual people. I do want to do like individual base tours with people, but it was kind of hard to get people on to do that necessarily. So, yeah, that wasn't ideal. But over here, I think actually did I touch on the quarry expansion in the last video? There was a little bit more mined out over here, which is kind of cool. But not really anything significant. And then Matthew is going to be building his plantation house, I think he's calling it over here. It looks pretty cool so far. Not finished by any means, but it looks nice. What else is in here? Nothing that I'm gonna steal anyway. But yeah, should be cool when he's done. Don't know when that'll be. I'll probably make a path to it when he does finish it. And then Spencer's base, which is probably the base that has been expanded upon the most since the last video. Built up the walls, added some obsidian in between, using a lot of the obsidian that we got from mining down the towers in the end. And also built this castle in the middle, which I think looks really nice, outside of not having an entrance, which I'm assuming he'll build at some point. But the one other update with his is still the wheat farm down here with the deep slate. I don't know how much this has been expanded since the last video, but very, very expansive now. There's still quite a bit of it to go, but I'd say it's about halfway done. I've mined quite a bit of deep slate for my base in here as well recently, so that's helped it a little bit, but overall, not really too much to update there. There's still gonna be quite a bit of stuff with that anyway. So I think it needs to go up, so I think we're halfway done with like the too high area, but it still needs to go up quite a bit more from what he wants, so yeah, I would say, I mean, not even halfway done considering that. This is the Guardian farm that I have touched on in previous videos, but I have now made an entire storage system for, which kind of doesn't look the greatest, but honestly doesn't look as bad as I expected it to before I built it. But yeah, basically the stuff goes into the same chest as before, all this kind of stuff. I didn't really want to change this system too much because it worked and was fine. But basically it sends it all down into hoppers, into these droppers, and sends it out through these water streams and gets sorted into the chests below, which are quite full with specifically the prismarine shards. The crystals are a little low because I've made a lot of, what's it called? Oh my god, sea lanterns and stuff like that. So, may need to run this a little bit more and replenish that stuff, but to be fair, the one setback of the new storage system is now that you have to kind of use this with your audio off, or else it's just going to be painfully annoying. Like, I had it on when I walked in, but like you hear all the droppers still and stuff like that. It's running all the time. with an observer clock, which is not ideal. And then also on top of the guardian noises from before, just not great. But I think that's it for the overworld. We do have one nether update and stuff like that with one farm that I did build, and we'll probably have more to come with that. So the newest farm on this server is a new wither skeleton farm, and this thing is fairly simple. I'll go into spectator mode and show you guys. Why not? But basically, under this platform in the nether, there's this platform in a nether fortress that's in a soul sand valley that the wither skeletons spawn on, as well as some blazes and some zombie pigmen, but they all get filtered out kind of thing. I mean, some blazes do go through the portal, but basically they go through this portal, which connects to an overworld portal, and then they get shoved into another portal that connects up to here and sends them all up here. So we'll kill some here while I'm here, since I don't know why the second I got here, the whole thing was full, which is not how this is supposed to work, but yeah. It works very nicely. I got 29 wither skeleton skulls, not from that, but from previous stuff. And all these bones and coal are very, very nice for both fuel and for meal and stuff, which I do drop some of these swords out. But like, as you can see, there's some blaze rods that get filtered through and stuff like that, which is fine, but I do need to make a blaze farm eventually to get more blaze rods to brew more potions and stuff, because I do want to make more like brewing areas and stuff like that in my base. And if I'm going to make more potions and stuff like that and use those more, then that'll probably be a bit of a necessity. But as for right now, we do not have one. But this wither skeleton farm works really nice. I was able to get a ton of beacons from this. Part of the reason why I've been able to finish this this storage room build so easily. But we'll go back to 0-0 to kind of doing a quick recap of the whole spawn, which honestly was more than I was expecting to have for the next update video, but I did kind of procrastinate making this video. Like, I delayed it a little bit trying to get people on to do individual base tours, and then kind of got bored, recorded a video, decided it was bad, and then I wanted to re-record it. So we are here now re-recording it, which honestly, this one's gone pretty decent. This will probably get uploaded. And yeah, so yeah, we got new member to the server. Molly's here now. She doesn't play a ton, but when she does play, she adds some very, very cool buildings to it, including this one. And then the island up there. Adba, who hasn't played much recently, building his church. And then Spencer and Matthew doing their own thing, updating their own stuff. And then, obviously, the massive storage room, which is #1 on my priority list right now. Doing the... is just finishing this and doing the roof to it, pretty much. Gotta mine a bunch of deep slate for it, but overall, very happy with how this has turned out, and still very happy with how this world is going. And now I realize that this soul lantern can't be here, because I needed to... I accidentally built this one block too wide, so I had the soul lantern in the middle, and that fucked me up. But overall, very happy with how this world is turning out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below of this. If you have any suggestions for any kind of these builds, maybe if I should do a different block for the roof, let me know. I probably won't do it because I'll probably finish this and then upload this video. But yeah, still let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you have any build suggestions as well. Very open to that, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.